One of the main challenges for modern mixers is to achieve a mix that's powerful and exciting, but where you can also hear clarity and separation between instruments and vocals. And one of the main issues that's preventing us to get there is called frequency masking, where certain frequencies from different instruments are basically fighting each other, resulting in a lack of clarity and punch between instruments. For example, the fight in the mid-range between vocals and guitars, or the fight in the low end between bass guitar and kick drum. Well, the company Sonible from Austria just released a brand new plugin called Pure Unmask that's trying to address that issue in the most simple and convenient way possible. Pure Unmask is based on the same groundbreaking algorithm as its bigger brother, Smart EQ4, that was released only a few months ago. With its AI-powered intelligent EQ engine, it's really aimed at conveniency and ease of use to achieve really fast results in carving space for all the instruments and the vocals in your mixes. Let's do a quick overview of Pure Unmask's main features. The first thing you need to do is to load the plugin on the specific track that you want to carve out. So for example, in this case, I loaded the plugin on the guitar bus, and my goal will be to carve out space for the vocals. Step number 2 will be to set up the sidechain so that the instance of the plugin can receive the source information for it to carve out specific frequencies with the masking control right here. This step will be different according to your specific DAW, but with Cubase you simply need to click here to activate sidechaining, and then you select your specific source. In this case, I added vocals. The third step is to select a specific sidechain profile. So here I selected vocals because my goal was to carve out space for the vocals in the guitars bus. And what the specific profile will do is basically only change the setting here on the left for resolution, unmasking setting, speed, and also the frequency range at which it will operate. So also what you see here in the GUI, so the gray thing in the background is our source material, the guitars. The blue thing we're seeing here is our sidechain signal, which is the vocals. And here the blue curve that you see on top is what the plugin is actually carving out from our guitars. By clicking here the headphone icon, you can basically hear your sidechain signal, and to bypass the plugin, you can either click all the way up or all the way down. And the plugin is also resizable. You will have a really good starting point depending on which sidechain profile you're going to select. And then if you want to tweak a little bit more, the resolution here on the side, it's basically how broad the EQ curve will be. So if you go to low resolution, as you can see here, it's very broad and wide, and the higher it is, the more granular and specific the EQ will basically act on your material. Unmasking, this is basically how intense you want the processing to be, and the speed depending on the type of material you're working with. In this case, I'm trying to carve out space for the vocals in the guitars, so I want something very slow. But if you're trying to carve out space in your bass guitar for the kick drum, you'll want a faster speed. Now let's see how we can create some space for our vocals in our guitars bus. I'll try extreme settings so you can really see how the plugin can dig really deep. But again, using this type of plugin, you have to be careful, and it's always better to be on the safe side. So I'll go back to low processing instead of 100%. So here I'm working only with printed stems, but normally I would use only kick drum and bass bus. In this case, I'm sending the full drum bus to the bass bus with the sidechain function. And here we'll be trying to duck a little bit and make sure that our drums are coming through better. So you can see how the snare drum and the kick drum are coming through much better using pure unmask. One very common technique in modern mixing is to use a multi-band compressor on the instrumental bus and to sidechain the vocals bus to it so that the instrumental bus can duck 1 or 2 dBs and that the vocals can sit on top in a very nice way. Well, pure unmask can do this process in a very fast and efficient way, and I would say even more transparent. Let's see how it works. So I routed all my instruments to one single bus and I loaded pure unmask on my instrumental bus. I set up the sidechain for it to be vocals bus, and I use the setting in a very, very light way with a mid resolution. Let's see how it sounds like. So you can hear that similarly to using a multi-band compressor, this intelligent EQ can actually do the same function by ducking slightly the instrumental bus and making sure that the vocals can sit on top in a very smooth and nice way. So why not use a conventional static EQ to create space for your instruments in your mixes rather than use pure unmask? In the end, it's all a matter of how much time you're willing to spend to achieve the results you're looking for. The problem with static EQ is that source material usually change as the song goes on. For example, if the vocals go in a lower register for a specific portion of the song, you'll have to automate your EQ to achieve the same result as pure unmask could do between different buses or different tracks. Intelligent EQs are basically changing according to not only the source material, but the sidechain. So it's basically dynamically cutting and boosting. So for example, you may want to preserve some of that low-end frequency content when the vocals are higher, and when the vocals get lower in another part, you will want to cut that a little bit more. So pure unmask will take care of that for you instead of having to do any kind of automation. Although it may not be the most flexible plugin out there, you can get really good results in not much time, and also compared to its competitors like Waves Factory Trackspacer, it has a very low DSP usage. You shouldn't be using pure unmask as a crutch for a lack of mixing skills. It's still very important to master the fundamentals, but the goal here is to help you achieve that last 5 or 10% to that final really nice sounding polished mix, and also save some time in the process. Pure unmask is only $49, so it's a lot of value for the price, and it's only $19 if you use the cross-grade deal. This plugin has a fully functional 30 days trial, and if you're an advanced mixer and find that you like what the plugin does, but you don't have enough flexibility and control under the hood, I highly recommend that you check out this video, which shows how you can harness the power of Smart EQ4, which is the bigger brother of Pure Unmask. I hope to see you there.